Assalamu alaikum and Eid Mubarak to all our supporters, and thank you very, very much for your support and your continued support of Stray Dog Centre. I'm actually recording today from Pakistan. I'm here for Eid with my husband's family, and it's the first time that I've travelled out of the UAE since 2015. Actually the first time that I've left the shelter for such a long time. For those of you who know me, know that I actually live at the shelter with all the doggies, with my own 22 doggies, and with the 1,400 doggies that we have in the shelter. And the reason being is to keep an eye on everything, because this shelter is so huge, and just to make sure that everything's running smoothly. It's so much easier for me to be there. So I live in a porta cabin there at the shelter, and although it's very noisy, I really love my life, my shelter life, and I love being there. I thought today I'd just have a conversation around the past few years since 2022, where due to unforeseen circumstances we found ourselves looking for a new place to move the shelter. A plea was posted at that time, and the support was just absolutely amazing. We raised 850,000 dirhams, which was what prompted us to start looking for a new place to move the shelter to. So we looked at several options in Al Quwain as well as other surrounding emirates, but we found a lovely farm in Al Date, and you know, it was perfect. It was perfect for what we were looking for. So before proceeding with the purchase, we approached the municipality in Sharjah to ensure that we could get approval, and we were reassured that we could have any type of animal on the land. So with that reassurance, we proceeded to buy the land, but we couldn't put the land in our name as non-locals, so we needed a Sharjah local to partner with, and we reached out to all our own networks, and we even posted on social media. However, it ended up that that was the first barrier that we faced, because trying to find a partner for a project as big as ours wasn't an easy thing. Whilst we were looking for a sponsor, we were advised by the landowner to approach the Al Dade municipality, because the rules in Al Dade were different, and he said that we needed to make sure that we could operate the shelter from that land. So we did. We met with the Al Dade municipality, who said that they would give us approval as long as we could get an NOC to operate the shelter. Now, to get an NOC, we had to get approval from the authorities, because there was already a government shelter operating in Sharjah, and despite several meetings, we were not successful in gaining the NOC. So it was a devastating blow for us, with the weight of all the lives in our care on our shoulders. And no matter what we did, what we tried, we just weren't successful. We also weren't successful in gaining a sponsor as well, or a partner, local partner. So there were two big barriers there that prevented us from being able to build and shift the shelter to the new land. So after several months had passed by and we had exhausted all our options, we made a decision to sell the land, and we sold the land in the end for $620,000, and then we were back to the drawing board again about what we were going to do. Now, to understand just the amount of stress that it caused, because of the number of dogs that we had in the shelter, it was just unbelievable. It was such a trying and challenging time for all of us, and not knowing, from one day to the next what we were going to do. We tried Russell Kaymer, and again the requirements were the same. We needed an NOC, and I think the sheer number of dogs was one of the difficulties as well in trying to relocate the shelter. We tried in Ajman, we tried in Abu Dhabi, and we tried in Fujairah, and we weren't successful. So we were back to the drawing board. We knew that we couldn't give up, and the only option really that we were left with was to try to secure a foothold in Al Quwain on the land that we'd called home for the past 11 years. So instead of looking at our whole situation in a negative light, we knew that there was a lot that needed to be done at the shelter. So what we did was we commenced a shelter improvement plan, and what we did first was all the accommodations for our caretakers. We totally refurbished their accommodations, added kitchens, made it a lot more comfortable for them to live in. We then added 3 new AC units to accommodate dogs, purebred dogs, fluffy dogs that need AC during the summertime. The stores were also refurbished as well, because the rats were getting in and they were starting to badly deteriorate the food stores. And then we built a Majlis, and the purpose of the Majlis was to allow our Muslim staff and our Muslim supporters to be able to pray in a dog-free environment, and also for us to conduct our meetings as well with the government, and also with our own staff. We added 2 new bathrooms, and especially for the boys, because now with 28 staff, the legal requirement is to have 2 bathrooms for the staff, and also for the volunteers to use as well, where they didn't have to walk through all the dog pens to get to the bathroom. Our clinic was updated with new state-of-the-art equipment. We added a CBC machine. We also added a CBC machine, ultrasound machine, and anesthesia machine, as well as a oxygenator, and a bloodworks machine as well. And we just totally updated the clinic. Now, just to get a bit of an understanding about our clinic, yes, our clinic caters to the day-to-day needs of our shelter dogs, only our shelter dogs. So, for example, dogs that might have diarrhea, dogs that have got a lichia, dogs that have been bitten or have dog bites as well. But what our clinic doesn't cater to are emergency cases, so dogs that have been hit by cars, dogs that have that have come from the streets in critical condition, because our vet that we have in our clinic is a junior vet, so it's beyond her capability. So we are still reliant on external vets for those cases. We also installed 45 CCTV cameras to ensure we could monitor the health and well-being and the safety of the dogs in our care. And the other thing that we did was, because a high number of our incidences and cases that we do get in the clinic are from dog bites, we realised that the accommodating of the dogs wasn't ideal, that we needed to do something to help to relieve pen stress, and also to support the dogs, so that where they couldn't live together in the packs, that they could still live safely and comfortably. So what we did was all the big pens, and we started off with 10 units right at the get-go. We now have 196, and we have really large units. So what we've done is we've divided the large units. We've started dividing the large units into smaller units that'll accommodate 2 dogs only, and it's going to be, once the whole plan is finished, it's going to make it so much better for the dogs, as well as for our caretakers that handle those units as well. Of course, everything that we do is done on a wing and a prayer. It's been the same since we started operating in 2014, and it's only been through the support of the public that we've been able to continue to operate. And we don't have any food sponsors, as some people are purporting that we're sponsored by Purina and other food companies, but we're not. We rely solely on public support for food to feed our dogs. We're lucky, sometimes we do get donations, and one-off donations, and that helps a lot. But as for a food sponsor, we don't have a food sponsor, hence why we keep posting please. We have 1,400 dogs in our shelter, and probably now we're closer to maybe 1,450, 460 dogs. We also have 6 wonky donkeys, we have 25 cats, a rabbit and 30 pigeons. We're currently going through an audit at the moment. Our accounts are being audited by choice. We chose to get our accounts audited for accountability, and those accounts will be available for public scrutiny once the audit is complete, and that's for Stray Dog Central as well as for Stray Dogs Centre. For those who have supported and continue to support us, we thank you for your belief in the work that we do. I know that hundreds and hundreds of volunteers have been to the centre and have seen the work that we do there, the number of dogs that we have there, and I think only by seeing with your own eyes can you really believe the extent of the work that we are doing. And although our plans have changed due to circumstances, every dirham that's contributed goes into the operations of the shelter, maintenance, and then when we can, improvement of the shelter. Being the largest shelter in the UAE and the 4th largest shelter in the world is a statement in itself to the selfless commitment that it takes by all who are involved on a voluntary level or a paid level at Stray Dog Centre. Finally, it has and always will be about animal welfare. And as I've stated earlier, you know, for those who comment or who don't know, who've never been to the shelter, please do come and visit, come and see us. I live there at the shelter, and you're most welcome to join the volunteer activities that we have every weekend, rain, hail or shine. What we do is we change the timings to adjust. And if you do have any questions, you know, don't be shy to ask. I saw one post where a lady said that her comment was deleted, but no comments are deleted unless they're really derogatory and defaming Stray Dog Centre. So if you do have any questions, just feel free to DM us, and we'll respond. You guys have a great day today, and I look forward to coming back to the UAE next week and carrying on with what I do best. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.